Bono has knelt to the altar and is begging forgiveness for perhaps his greatest sin of all. We all know what he's talking about. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. That is the time that 2014 Songs of Innocence was pre-installed on every single Apple device for free. That was kind of the arbitrary scale
What we're
inspiration
alluding to.
for
Yeah.
our past three albums, Midnights by Taylor Swift, The Car by Arctic Monkeys, and Ultraviolet's World Cherry. Check out those reviews. And we, and for those who are listening in the podcast, like I clip things up. So I'm not like a maniac and I did not just like forget about how that happened. A lot of times it's clipped up. So that's why I'm talking about that way. Breaking the fourth wall. Dan, isn't that fun? I'm going crazy. So Bono has begged forgiveness, saying he takes full responsibility. In an excerpt shared with The Guardian, Bono detailed, dude, Fly on the Wall Award for meetings you both want to be a part of. A meeting with CEO Tim Cook, YouTube manager Guy Oseary, and other Apple executives where the frontman previewed the new album and proposed the tech giant pay us for it, and then you give it away for free as a gift to people, like when Netflix buys the movie and gives it away to subscribers. That's not exactly how Netflix works, but okay. The plan was subsequently pushed forward despite Cook's raising legitimate concerns like, quote, we're not a subscription organization. More on that later. And, quote, this is just to people who like you too. So like half of that was base Tim Cook, half of that was, buddy, you're a slimy capitalist, and you will like get on your knees and suck down to the wonderful model of subscriptions, just like all of us else out there. So don't think you're any better, Tim Cook.
And hence Apple TV.
Yeah, hence Apple TV, hence Apple Music, hence the fact that you can subscribe to a service where you can upgrade your iPhone every single year. It's an iPhone subscription service because when you can't sell hardware anymore, when you can't sell products, you sell services. That's literally economics 101. And like every company eventually folds into this. Adobe, how come people can't buy Photoshop anymore? Because too many people bought it. Adobe wasn't making money and they were like, we should really make people subscribe for this. And now every creator has to pay $700 a year to do their art. Like this is annoying.
How it is, baby.
You were an iPhone user during this time, I remember, right? When this album came on. And this was around the time Apple, well, back then it was iTunes, was doing a lot of tomfoolery and skullduggery with people's libraries. And yours was even like removed, which brought you off of Apple for a good 10 years.
Yep. And the only thing that got me back was flying aircraft.
Yeah.
That's it. Or else I'd still be Pixel, baby. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to read it, basically 10 years out from the incident and all of it. And it's still not great. Even though I don't mind U2, I really, really like their early records and their later records are okay. But it's an idea that wasn't fully hatched and was thrown down the throats of millions of people in a terrible way, and the taste is still there for most of us, so that's an issue.
Yeah. The rollout, for people who forget about it, was a bit of a failure. Even though the album had like a statistical charting success, it was very clearly rigged election, rigged, stolen, because it was pre-installed on like a fourth of all Apple devices. Apple had to release an update to iOS to allow you to delete the album easily. One newspaper said the free YouTube album is overpriced. Which is like one of the more brutal things I've ever read about a song or like an album. And this is Audioface. We've said some brutal shit about music before. And
it's not even that bad of a record, ironically.
Foo Fighters, Conan O'Brien, Nick Mason, a lot of people, Pink Floyd's Nick Mason, I mean, and a lot of other people criticized the album, including Sinead O'Connor, who referred to U2 as terrorists.
One way to put it. One way to do it.
That's one way to put it. Anyways, some people go touch grass. This has been Audioface.